Hey, Shalom family, how you doing? Just here with you tonight just to talk about a few things that's been happening. Yesterday was an eventful day. I just want to talk about the Oscars, the good and the bad. The good and the bad of the Oscars. There's a lot of things happened yesterday, and I want to touch up on them. There were a lot of things going on during the Oscars. I believe it was the 91st Oscar Awards, and it seemed like there was a blackout yesterday. It seemed like there were a lot of black people that won yesterday. So the Oscars was filled with let me just so it seemed like they made history yesterday. About 7 black people won Oscars yesterday. You know, you had Regina King, you had Mahershala Ali, you had Spike Lee, most notably, Black Spider-Man. They all won Oscars yesterday, so I guess the Academy Awards is getting it right, or starting to consider that black people are actually great actors. You know, so congratulations to all those brothers and sisters who won Oscars. So right here we have, of the black winners, almost all were first-time Oscar recipients, including Regina King, Best Supporting Actress, If Beale Street Could Talk, Ruth E. Carter, Best Costume Design, Black Panther, Hannah Beachler, Best Achievement in Production Design, Black Panther, Peter Ramsey, Best Animated Feature Film, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Kevin Wilmot, Best Adapted Screenplay, Black Klansman, and Spike Lee, Best Adapted Screenplay, Black Klansman. So those are the 7 recipients of Oscars. And congratulations to all those brothers and sisters who receive Oscars. For many years, we've been shunned at these award shows. They have overlooked us, even though we've played great roles and we've had people that dedicated themselves to their craft. But of course, it's it's tough for people to actually consider black people as being great actors. But some of the greatest actors are people of color. So 7 people nominated, 7 black people that won Oscars yesterday. Congratulations to them all. And hey, bro, let me call you back, all right? All right. So we got to consider that there are, excuse me for the phone call, but yeah, we have to consider that we have so many people. I don't know if they were trying to appease black people this year. I don't know what happened, but usually the Oscars don't come that far out for black folks. But in anyways, congratulations to all the recipients. I just want to make a few things, few comments. I'm not going to be on long tonight, but I do want to talk about a couple of things that happened. and I'm going to share a screen momentarily. Excuse me. It's a guy by the name of Billy Porter, and I think that this is important because we need to see what's happening. It's so much acceptance of so many things, and people might try to come and say, you know, what I'm saying is quote unquote homophobic or whatever. But you know, for a man to, and before I say it, Billy Porter is an actor that acts in a show named Pose, right? And I just want to share something with you. This man came to the Oscars dressed in a tuxedo dress. This is what he came for. This black man came into the Oscars dressed in this manner. All right? This is what I have to say about that. With all of the things happening with, it seems like the emasculation of the black man is in full force. And for someone to voluntarily go out like this, I don't think is right for the image of black men. I don't think it's right for our children to see. This is so backwards. I mean, it really makes no sense. A tuxedo gown. You know, this is ridiculous. And, you know, there are a lot of people, and I have to say this, and I don't like to do this too much, but there are a lot of our own women, black women, that support this type of behavior. And I don't think that this is right. I have the right to an opinion and to say what I feel, but for too long, we've been, you know, as black men, we already have a struggle coming up, and people looking at us as criminals and looking at us as everything wrong in the book. You know, as soon as you look at a black man, and then for a black man to actually do something like this and for people to say that it was okay, I don't think that that's right. That is my opinion. I don't think that's right. It sends out a bad message to children, to young black men, to young black male children, and no one should support this. It says, Billy Porter attends the 91st Annual Academy Awards at Hollywood and Highland on February 24, 2019 in Hollywood, California. Watch out, ladies. Billy Porter just majorly upped the 2019 Oscars red carpet fashion game, and the night has only just begun. On Sunday, February 24th, Billy Porter walked the 2019 Academy Awards red carpet wearing a custom Christian Siriano, and it was epic. It was epic. This is what's this, USA Today? US. This is Us, I guess. I don't know if this is USA Today, but this is Us magazine, I guess. It says, on Sunday, February 24th, Billy Porter walked 2019 Academy Awards red carpet wearing a custom Christian Siriano, and it was epic. It was epic. This is what the media is saying. The Pose star stunned in a velvet and satin tuxedo jacket over top and a strapless ball gown. To add even more flair, he wore a long-sleeve white shirt underneath the dress with ruffled ends and a big bow tie. The most divine moment, in a custom Siriano tuxedo gown at the Oscars, the designer wrote on the Instagram post, "Shut this carpet down." And fans agreed. People were quick to show their support of the designer and the star in awe of this impressive and bold fashion choice. I am deceased, wrote one person. This is the most fabulous tux I've ever seen. Another commented, I gasped. There are no words for this. Done. Red carpet over, wrote another. So this is basically, people supporting this madness right here. And I have to call it madness. You have to know when enough is enough with some of the antics that happens. And unfortunately, a lot of people find this stuff exciting and they find this stuff to be amusing. And I have to say that a lot of Shalom family, I have to say that a lot of people have to yes, it was. I have to say that a lot of our women support this sort of behavior. I'm not saying all of our women. And when I'm speaking about our women, I'm talking about our black women in general. They support this type of behavior. And we already, as black men, we go through so much. For us to be portrayed in this image, for him to go out there and to be and to portray himself in this image is confusing. It's just confusing. That makes no sense. But I guess to each his own, and everyone has the right to their own choice to do what they want to do here. But I'm just saying, as a raw, I have the right to my opinion, and I don't feel like that was right. I don't feel like it sends out a great image to young black men, to young black people, period. Just like as much as I don't think someone sagging their pants, showing their underwear, showing they drawers, doesn't send out a great image. I just think that is a confusing type of thing. And a young man of any nationality, but is a black man that's actually got it on, so it's going to be more impactful to black children. So I think that's just a ball of confusion, and I don't think that is right. So let us move on from that. Like I said, I'm going to be quick tonight. I'm not going to stay on long. I'm just going to touch on some topics. This is about the good and the bad of Oscar night. So next thing in line is Spike Lee finally got his Oscar. It's been well overdue. Spike Lee's been making great movies for years. She's got to have it. What's that? Fight? Is it Fight the Power or? Yeah, Fight the Power. No, it's not Fight the Power. That's the name of the song. Name of the movie is Do the Right Thing. You got the Malcolm X movie. You got so many other great movies. Crooklyn. You had so many great Spike Lee movies, and this last one, Black Klansman, was portrayed. It was a true story about a undercover detective from Colorado who helped to crack and solve and bring down a faction of the KKK in Colorado. So great movie. For those of you that haven't seen it, you need to get out there and see it. But definitely he had this long overdue. He had this long coming, but President Trump found a problem with Spike Lee's acceptance speech. Trump called Spike Lee's Oscar speech a racist hit on your president. So although Spike Lee never mentioned Trump in the award show, never mentioned his name, but he said that Spike Lee's speech was racist. Now, Spike Lee touched on slavery. He touched on a bunch of things us as black people went through in this land. He spoke about his grandparent, his grandmother, and his mother, and all the people in his life and what they went through, and all of the things. He gave this long speech, and you could see he was very nervous and he was very excited, Spike Lee. And I was very happy for him, proud for him, because you could see the true excitement in him when he got the award. And also the presenter, it was Samuel L. Jackson, and I forget the young lady who was presenting with Samuel L. Well, they were, Samuel L. Jackson gave it away, before he said the winner, and he started, he gave that yell and that scream to let Spike Lee know you got it. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely was, shalom, shalom. It definitely was an exciting moment. But what did Trump say? Let's see what Trump say. Trump says that calls Spike Lee Oscar acceptance speech a hit against him. Let's share this screen and see what Trump is talking about. Trump calls Spike Lee's Oscar speech a racist hit on your president. So, let me take this off. It says here, on Sunday night, Spike Lee won his first competitive Oscar, then made an acceptance speech that gained a standing ovation. But the events did not please at least one person apparently watching. President Trump on Monday, he called Lee's speech a racist hit on your president. Lee opened his speech after winning Best Adapted Screenplay for BlacKkKlansman by discussing slavery and his family's experiences of it. I give praise to our ancestors who have built this country into what it is today, along with the genocide of the native people, he said. The 2020 presidential election is around the corner, Lee said. Let's all mobilize. Let's all be on the right side of history. Make the moral choice between love versus hate. This is what he said. This is what Spike Lee said. Lee did not mention the president in his speech, but that call to action seems to have angered him. Be nice if Spike Lee could read his notes, or better yet, not have to use notes at all when doing his racist hit on your president, Trump said in a tweet in the early hours of Monday morning. Well, he's up there busy looking to see what people say. He was looking to see if someone mentioned his name. So since no one mentioned his name, he needed to make a comment, to make himself relevant about that night. The president's policies had done more to African Americans, criminal justice reform, laws on employment, numbers in history, tax cuts, etc., than almost any other president, the president added. And this is the actual tweet right here. Be nice if Spike Lee could read his notes, or better yet, not have to use notes at all when doing his racist hit on your president, who has done more for African Americans, criminal justice reform, laws on employment, numbers in history, tax cuts, etc., than almost any other press. Well, tax cuts, how many of y'all are feeling the effect of those tax cuts on your income tax return? Notice that your income tax return is lower, so I don't know where the tax cut came, but that's another story for another day. Trump did not dwell on the issue for long. Shortly afterward, he tweeted about oil prices getting too high and a forthcoming meeting with Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea. With complete denuclearization, North Korea will rapidly become an economic powerhouse, he wrote. Theo Dumont, Lee's publicist, said the director will not be commenting on Trump's tweet. BlacKkKlansman is based on the story of Ron Stallworth, a black police officer who infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan. In interviews around its release, Lee said he wanted to draw a link between the Klan and events today. We had to connect David Duke to Agent Orange, he told the New York Times, using his own term for the president. At the end of BlacKkKlansman, Lee included footage of the 2017 white nationalist rally in Charlottesville, VA, that descended into violence when protesters clashed with counter-protesters. He then showed footage of Trump saying there was blame on both sides for those events. So basically, Donald Trump had to make himself part of the story because he was not part of the story initially, and he did not like that. He wanted to be part of the story. He wanted to be part of what was going on, and unfortunately, because he was not made part of the story, he was upset. So those are some of the things that happened. I just wanted to touch on the good and the bad of the Oscars. Don't forget to share the link. Also, don't forget to support this channel, the Uzi Alewi channel. Hit the super chat button. Try to touch on things that are relevant to our people. And we have to put a light on the good and the bad. We have to put a light on the good and the bad. So we have to know that. We have to understand that. And we have to be on top of that. So thanking all of you for tuning in. Like I said, I wasn't going to be long, but I did want to touch on what happened today. Share, like the video, and I will see all of you. Shalom, shalom, and everyone have a good night.